Well, welcome to 100% LCFC. Sorry, we're a little bit late starting tonight. In fact, we're over 24 hours late because, unfortunately, I apologise, I couldn't make Monday nights last night, but it'll be back to normal next week. My name's Phil, this is 100% LCFC. As ever, loads and loads and loads of transfer gossip, waffle, rumours, bullshit, if you want to call it that, whatever you guys want to call it. Hi, Paul Burgett is watching. Hi Paul and Craig McPherter, how are you? Jason Mills, as ever, great to have you watching. Andy Young as well. Get your views in, get your comments in. David Hunter's watching. Hi David, thanks Mr ADT, as ever. Great to have David and the guys at ADT supporting us. Don't forget, straight in there, I wasn't going to mention it yet, but there is loads and loads of tickets totally for free, thanks to our pals at ADT, to go and watch the World Cup of Pool, which is down at the Morningside Arena. This week it's on during the afternoons and on the evening. So guys at ADT have sorted that out. Totally free tickets. Click on the links. We've been popping them up all over the place. You can grab as many tickets as you want, basically. I think they're just trying to get a crowd down there. But great little experience to go and watch the World Cup of Pool. If you do go, let me know what it is. I'm going to try and get down there. Aggie is watching. Hey up, mate. Not getting it wrong today, Aggie. Well done. Evening, Baz Short. How are you? Mick Paget, James Hill. Great to have you guys, as ever, watching. Do let us know what your views are on the latest transfer news. It looks like we're going to be signing this new lad from Luton. Looks like that's just about over the line. Seen Rob Tanner tweeting about that earlier, indeed, saying that we are going to be signing him, just the last bits of paperwork. Now, I always go to call him Justin James, but it's James Justin, isn't it? I don't know why. I always think it's Justin James, but I just, two first names, getting the wrong way round. It made me think about other Jameses who were famous players for Leicester. So anybody who's got a James as a first name or a last name, get those comments in now. Get us in. Which players can you think of? I'm going to start you off with one. Obviously, we've got Matty James. I think most of us think we should be letting Matty James go, but there's another James who's played for Leicester. Can you get some in? I've got a couple in the back of my mind, but I want to see. That's something for you. That's just for fun, that one. We will be giving away some pizzas, and I've got a quiz question for you where we can delve into. We did it last week, and here it is again. This box, totally full of Leicester City prizes. We'll get some of them out, and whoever wins can pick whatever prize they want out of the box, basically. It's a bit like the generation game. Get your views in, get your comments in. Loads and loads. Mark Wright, evening. Maz Redway, how are you? Christine Gregory is watching. What do you reckon to this new signing? Signing a defender, Justin James, whatever you want to call him. Looks like it's going to happen. About 10-12 million pounds from Luton is what we're hearing. Defender. What are your views on that? Get them in. Ernie Simmons is watching. John Squires, Lee Sutton. Loads of hellos. Jason Mills saying, Kaputska says he has a future at Leicester. I thought he'd long gone. You know me, I've been a big admirer of Kaputska. Well, not an admirer. I just want to see if he's going to cut the mustard. I saw him play at Notts County last season in the pre-season friendly. He looked all right. Now, Chappers bumped into Kaputska literally outside the ground the other week and asked him, and Kaputska said, point blank, I'm staying at Leicester. I've got a lot to do here. So you heard it here. Chappers said it about 4 weeks away. Keith Goodall is saying it's the late Monday show. It certainly is late. It's that late. It's on Tuesday. James Harlow's watching, part of the content team. Hi to you, James. Mark Winterton is saying anything on Yuri Tillemans yet? No, Mark, is the honest answer. Me, beginning to fear big style that we've missed out on him, but hey, it's not done yet. He's not gone anywhere else yet, so let's hope that's just me panicking. Be a real shame to see some of these players rumoured to be going. One I didn't want to see rumoured again today was Ricardo Pereira being linked with a big move to Serie A giants Juventus. He's been linked with PSG and Barcelona. Had a fantastic season for us, obviously came from Porto and settled right into the squad. So what are your thoughts on Ricardo Pereira? Paul Spilling is saying 12 million for him, though too much. Thoughts? He got, I believe I'm right in saying, Paul, that he got into the Championship team of the season last year. I think I'm right in saying that. So obviously rated, and again another young player going to slot in. I'm just beginning to fear a little bit. Well, let's see. I don't want to say it, but I'm beginning to fear we might sign young young talented players and then prove that they can do it. I don't want us to become the proving club where players come here, prove they can do it and go on, with the likes of Maddison being linked away. Chilwell's gone very quiet on Chilwell, but Maguire definitely sounds like something's happening. Mick Paget, loads of pizzas in there. Are we going to do the pizza emoji for tonight? I don't mind if you want to do that. 2 pizzas from Peter's Pizzas. Stick an emoji next to your comment. Don't just fill it full of pizzas. I know if Scott and Brett are watching, that's what they'll do. Just put your comment in and stick a pizza emoji at the end, and I'll know when I'm scrolling through that you want to win the pizza from Peter's. And like I say, we've got prizes thanks to ADT, Pink, Everards, all the guys back there. I'm going to show you a couple in a minute. We've done this before. We've got things like we've got the Champions DVD. If you've not got one of those, come on. You could win it tonight. You can choose if you want to win it. So that's the Champions DVD. Let's see what else we've got in here. Literally just rummaging around. We've got a Champions flag. I told you it's like the Generation game. We've got some T-shirts. What have we got here? We've got a Fox and Crop. Bit of Fox and Crop. Bit of Fox and Crop there. If anybody wants to win that, I'm going to dig deep. We've still got one of these scarves to give away if anybody fancies a Leicester scarf. So we've got that. Listen, I'll keep digging through that and we'll go through it. I'm going to give you 3 questions and I want 3 football clubs in your answer. So you can't answer this quite yet, but I've got 3. I've actually done some preparation. I hope you couldn't see the answers there. So the first question, the first football club I'm looking for is, here's the question. Question 1. From which club did Leicester City sign Steve Walsh? Which club did we sign Steve Walsh from? That's your first answer. That's the first part. There's 2 more questions to come. So where did we sign Walshy from? That's the first one. The second one, I'll give you the second one now so you can get thinking. The second one is, from which club did we sign Steve Claridge from? That's the first 2 questions. Where did we buy Walshy from? Where did we buy Super Stevie from? You're getting the gist. It's to do with transfers. Get your views in on all these comments. I'm going to go scoot right down. There's so many comments coming in. Anthony Beeber's saying the shirt's nice. Paul Burchett is saying need to keep our players. John Squires is guessing already where we bought Walshy from. Good guess, by the way, John Squires. Mark Gatwood, Lincoln. No, Mark, don't know what that is, but that's wrong. And Mark Gatwood, you got 2 wrong guesses. Paul Burchett is again getting it right. So get those in. Ash Butcher is watching, thank you. Free tickets from the ADT guys. Get those in. We'll have another dig in here. Get your views in on this new Justin James as well. Can you think of any other famous Jameses that have played for Leicester? I've given you Matty James. I'm going to give you another one now because I've not seen anybody put a comment in. Famous Jameses. The one, the only, Tony James. Best ever James to play for Leicester for all the wrong reasons, but best ever James to play for Leicester, Tony James. We've got this book. You could win that if you get all 3 football clubs. You can pick the prize. Don't forget, you pick it, I'll send it. What else have we got in here? I'm literally digging around in here. There's some pretty good stuff in here. Now you can't. I've got a prize. This isn't a prize. This is just in this box. Can anybody see what this is? Look, this is massive. Look at this. I've got it. I think I've got it upside down as well. It's that big. Look at that. Who wouldn't? I mean, I'm not giving that away because that's a bit of. Anybody know where that came from? Anyway, I've given you the first 2 questions. That was where did we get Steve Walsh from? Where did we get Steve Claridge from? I'll give you the third one in just a minute. And don't forget, if you do want to win the pizzas, stick in a pizza emoji. What do you think to all this chit-chat about Maguire again? It doesn't seem to be going away, does it? Harry looks like he's going to go. The reports are sounding like that it's going to be Man City. It's going to be between 60 and 80 million. He's going to be given between around 280 grand a week. Can't blame him, really, can we? Can't blame him. Will Holloway's watching. Little Will, how are you, Will? What do you want to win, Will? The book, the flag, the DVD, the scarf. Get the answers in. What do you think to Harry Maguire? It really sounds like this could be the time when he actually does leave us. And if he does, fair play. Get your comments in on him. Did you see Harry has disappeared from the front of the mega store, says Clive? No, I've not noticed that. Will is putting in pizza emojis. Mick is asking, has Maguire asked to go? Ben saying he'd love the book. Ben, answer the 3 questions and then I'll pick somebody. Pen and wallet, says Mick Paget. Mick, how do you know the prizes, Mick? Look, listen, let me have a look in here. Honestly, my box of prizes. We've got one. Look, Mick said if he wins, that's what he wants. A pen and wallet set. Just for you, a blankety-blank check button pen. A lot of you getting where we got Steve Claridge from the wrong club, by the way. So I'm going to say anybody who's put Cambridge is wrong. Good guess. David Gavin is saying, Phil, I heard of a player exchange for Harry. Tell us, Gavin, tell us more. What have you heard? James Lewitt is saying he doesn't think Maguire was on the front of the megastore this season. No, I don't know. People are asking, how do they win a prize? I've got 3 questions. I've already done the first 2, but that's fine. You can't really win it until you've got the last question. The first question is, which club did we buy Steve Walsh from? Question 2 is, which club did we buy Steve Claridge from? And it's not Cambridge City. And the third question, I'll do the third question about now. Why not? Here we go. Third question is, and I think this is the trickiest one. The first 2 I think were fairly straightforward. Where did we get Walshy from? Where did we get Stevie Claridge from? Who did we buy Paul Gallagher from in 2009? That's 10 years ago. Paul Gallagher at the time, quite a good quality player that we signed when we were back in, 2009. Would that have been the summer? Would that have been when we just got promoted back out League One? I don't know. I can't remember. 2009. That's 3 football clubs I need from you then. Walshy, where did we buy him from? Super Stevie Claridge, where did we buy him from? Paul Gallagher, where did we buy him from? When you've got all 3, put them in there, stick a pizza emoji on it, and then you never know, you might win both. Get all 3. You can't put one name in. I need all 3 football clubs in the same comment. And then, at the end of the show, I will do the finger of scroll and go back and forth and pick somebody. Anthony Beebe, let's get back to the football. Anthony Beebe says, I'll take Mahrez and 60 million just to see Mahrez sulk again. Hey, listen, I'd have Mahrez back in a shot. If you said to me, who would you rather have? Who would you rather have? Harry Maguire or Riyad Mahrez in your team? If you could swap Harry Maguire for Riyad Mahrez, would you do it? I would do that in an absolute shot. I'd have Riyad Mahrez back in a straight swap for Harry Maguire. Absolutely. Anybody? I think you'll all agree with me on that, but I wonder if you will. Would you swap Harry Maguire? Swap. No money, straight swap, get Riyad Mahrez back. I would. 100% would take Riyad Mahrez back in a straight swap for Harry Maguire. I don't think it's ever going to happen. Don't think that's going to happen at all, but that would be a question from me to you. Would you take that swap straight back? People guessing the 3 football clubs, well done for those of you who are guessing it right. Would you take Riyad Mahrez in a straight swap for Harry Maguire? That's my question to you. Scooby, hi Scooby. Did you get your prize, Scooby? Did it come through the post from last week? Scooby won what Mick wants, one of these. Wallet and pen sets, didn't you, Scooby? I think, if I'm right. Have you sent me that photo yet, Scooby? Come on, get on with it. Scooby says, anyway, if Maguire goes for 80 million, surely 40 million should go on a class defender. Thanks for my prize. You're welcome, Scoob. Thanks for getting it. Listen, Maguire, £80 million. I'd take that all day. I mean, I like him. I don't want him to go, but you've got to take him, wouldn't you? John Squires is saying yes. John, are you agreeing with me that you would take Mahrez in a straight swap? Jason Clare saying yes. Again, I believe you're agreeing with me. Alan White is saying no way. You wouldn't, Alan. You wouldn't have Riyad Mahrez back in a straight swap for. I'll tell you why I would have Riyad Mahrez back. This is my argument for why I would have Riyad Mahrez back in a straight swap for Harry Maguire, because they're a similar sort of value, you would argue. I think Harry Maguire is by far and away the easier player to replace. He's a quality player. Don't get me wrong. I don't want him to leave Leicester, but we've got Johnny Evans, we've got Wes Morgan, we've got Benkovic, we've got Soyuncu. We look like we're signing another young, talented defender. We've got people like Ben Chilwell. We've got Fuchs. I think defensively, we're in a steady shape. And you could go out, if we had to, and get another central defender. I'm not saying it's the easiest thing, but a central defender is easier to replace. Riyad Mahrez is a total genius, maverick, amazing footballer. And they just do not come along very often. I've seen 2 of them in 42 years as Leicester players. 2, that's it, at Leicester City. And I haven't seen that many other clubs that are at that level of the likes of Keith Weller, Riyad Mahrez, Paul Gascoigne, Wayne Rooney. These total superstar players. So that is why I would have Riyad Mahrez back, because you can't buy that sort of player, or certainly Leicester. Jordan Williams is saying he would take Mahrez for Maguire. Mahrez all day long, says Mark Gatwood, along with N'Golo Kante. Steve Hinks is saying Mahrez is a miserable sod, but would swap him back. Yeah, I don't think he'd come back for a second, Steve. I'm with you. I don't think Mahrez would come back. I think he would have his tail between his legs, but I'd welcome him back. Big star. Terry Payne is saying, I don't think Dunk would be Maguire's replacement for me. I'm not quite... Sorry, Terry, I'm not quite understanding what you're saying. Simon Booth is saying he'd take a straight swap all day. Anthony Beebe is saying absolutely think Evans will cover no problem. Johnny Evans was probably slightly the better player last year, and at 29 and for £3.5 million, if I was a Man United fan, I think I'd be perhaps scratching my head a little bit and going, should we buy Johnny Evans back for a couple of years because he's solid? I mean, I'm not saying that's progression for Man United, but he certainly did well for us. Don't forget, lots of you getting the 3 clubs correct. Where did we buy Steve Walsh from? Where did we buy Steve Claridge from? Where did we buy Paul Gallagher from? 3 football clubs. Put it in the comments. Like and share the post, as ever, because that helps us. And I'll pick somebody with the finger of scroll at the end. Strictly Dan saying he disrespected the club and down tools. Riyad Mahrez, maybe he did. He's a maverick. Look, he's a maverick. I don't think he's going to come back to Leicester in a shot. I'm sure if it was him, if he was going to leave Man City, which there isn't much talk of, but if he was, he would end up at a top 3 or 4 side around Europe. If he went to France or Italy or somewhere like that, he would probably do better in the Spanish league, to be fair, or Italian league. Jordan Williams is saying, if we get Mahrez back and it's changed for Maguire, what you drop the interest in your rate? Well, listen, I was just making it up that I would swap Mahrez for Maguire because I would. Nobody's mentioned it, but let's start that rumour. Leicester in for Mahrez in swap deal. Do you know what? If we all comment on that enough, I bet you could even get it going at this rate. The press are just like bite on anything. We've even had a chat at 100% whether we should just start some stupid rumours, but we've decided not to. We'll report rumours we hear, but we're not going to make anything up. Dan Harrison, hello to you, Dan. James Harris says here, are you seriously putting Maguire in the same category as Morgan, Evans, Benkovic? We haven't even seen him in a Leicester shirt. Well, James, if I'm honest... If I am absolutely honest, I'm going to say, over time, Wes Morgan is the better defender than Harry Maguire. Do you agree with me on that, James? Does anybody else agree with me on that? And I'm saying over time, over that 5 or 6 years that Wes has been with us, as a defender, a defensive person who keeps the ball out the net, puts it into the stands when needs to be, has made those tackles, has been part of the Premier League winning side with Robert Huth. Robert Huth helped Wes enormously, but I'm going to say, I think, on balance, Wes Morgan is a better player than Harry Maguire. Now, Harry Maguire's younger and got longer to go on to change my opinion on that, but as it stands today, I would say Wes has been the better defender. If you ask me who's going to be the better defender next season, I'm probably going to say, because of age alone, Harry is. But last season when Wes stepped in, there was a bit of grief from Leicester fans for Wes, and I think he can still certainly step in and do things. Marshy doesn't rate Soyuncu, I can tell you that. I think he's gone on record and said that. But Benkovic, I think, has had a very good season, albeit in a Sunday League side up north. But Benkovic has won cups and has won the Scottish Championship, and I think is ready to step into the Premier League now. I think that's toughened him up, the Scottish League, a little bit. Anyway, that was James's question. That was my answer. What do you think to that? I'm going to scoot back to see if anybody was agreeing with me on that. James Lewitt is saying Wes Morgan in that season, 15 and 16, in his opinion, was one of our best ever defenders. I would agree with you, James. Wes Morgan has to be one of our best defenders of all time. Just has to be. Harry Maguire's first season was great. Last season was really okay. It was fine. But, you know, I don't know. Christine Gregory says, Wes is and always be God in my book, so yes. Okay, interesting. Will is making me laugh. I'm not delivering your pizza personally. Will is my brother, so he's allowed to give me some grief, but he rarely watches this. He always says he can't be asked to watch his big brother talk a load of bollocks on here, so fair enough. Jack Maguire. Jack, obviously we know that you're Harry's younger brother. Jack says, I think we should put Nacho in centre-back, might as well. Crikey, I'm not sure about that. James Hill saying Benkovic is ready to get into the starting lineup if Maguire goes. I would think so. For me, that's why we bought Benkovic and Soyuncu very end of last summer's close season, because we thought Maguire was going. That's what I'm assuming is going on. Mick Paget is saying the longer the Tielemans saga goes on, can you see us getting him? No, I can't, Mick, if I'm honest. I think that the longer it goes on, the less likely we are to sign him. So get your views in on that. Andy Young saying, if we had Maguire instead of Wes in 15 and 16, we would have still won the league. Maybe, Andy. That's a great debate down the pub, isn't it? But I disagree. I think Wes went above and beyond in that season. I think Wes was heroic in that Premier League winning season in many, many different ways, as was Robert Huth. But the way we defended, if you check the stats out and look at the way we kept goals out, I remember we won the league and we were not frightened to boot it into Rose Ed. There's nothing wrong with that. I know in today's, even last season, we're trying to play it out all the time, but there's times where you think nothing wrong with kicking it out sometimes. Keith Goodall saying, wow, Wes had a great song last term, but not so sure about the 2 seasons before that. Keith saying that, Harry is an England international for a reason. I agree, listen, hey, listen, I am not knocking Harry Maguire at all. I'm just, well, I guess I'm saying, if the debate started was, I said out the blue, would you take a swap for Maguire for Mahrez? And I certainly would do that. And funnily enough, I think about 75% of you have said, yes, you would take that swap back. Anthony Beebe saying that season, the Premier League winning season he's talking about, but he says that season all the stars were aligned, all played well above their standard. It was one of those where, wasn't it? We know that. It was, although we did have Riyad Mahrez and Jamie Vardy, trust me, sometimes people say that side of Leicester's was a great side, a great team effort. It was, but there was some great individuals in that, and that's what I say. Wes Morgan and Robert Huth at centre-backs as a pair should not be underrated. One of the best pairings in the Premier League ever. Not just at Leicester that season. Not just at Leicester. Steve Partridge is watching. Hello, Steve. Thanks for joining us. I've got no idea what time it is. I blather on and blather on. So I'm just checking on here. Oh, it's nearly 9 o'clock. So listen, don't forget, if you wanted to... Yeah, Love Island starting, says Steve Hinks. It is. See ya. I'm up. Listen, it's Love Island. Do you know what? I've got to be honest. I know Tom's been watching it. Tom Hoger. Hi, Tom. Tom's on holiday, I think. But Tom will be watching it. He'll give me the update. He always sends a little text about what's going on in Love Island. Scooby Baz is saying, what did we think to the Chowdhury tackle for England? I thought it was a good solid tackle, shows Chowdhury and Maddison will be a class act this season. Well, the young England under 21s really didn't do so well, did they? And it was a shame to that, and it was a shame what happened to Chowdhury, because really you could argue that because Chowdhury got the red card, for whether you agree with it or not, but he got the red card, he got banned for 2 matches. It actually messed up England's style because they needed him as a defensive midfielder, and once Chowdhury wasn't playing for England, they were exposed. So it shows you how they'd built a bit of a, in my opinion, they'd built a side around him, around Chowdhury being there, and it was a shame for him. Maddison got his goal, did okay-ish, but again, it just didn't really pan out for them, didn't they? Jamie's saying, got any prizes to win? Yeah, Jamie, we've got loads. We've been doing the competition. People can pick. I'm showing them here. Look, quickly. You've got one chance to get your answer in. The question is, who did we sign Steve Walsh from, Steve Claridge from, Paul Gallagher from? That's it. Has Gray got a future at the club, says Scooby Baz. I think he has. I don't think we're going to sell him, but I wouldn't be crying if he went. That's my opinion on it, as I'm hunting around for more prizes. You pick. Whoever wins picks. Steve Hinks is saying it's worth watching Love Island for Arabella. Trust me, I've got no idea. Will, you've got to put the pizza emoji in. You're never going to win this pizza. Trust me, Will, if the finger of scroll picked you anyway, I'd give it to somebody else. It's my brother, I can say that to him. Will you iron that shirt? Hey, what, this one? Yeah, I'll iron that. We can iron that. We'll even iron the shirt. Listen, let's pick. The answers are, where did we sign Steve Walsh from? A long time ago, one of the best signings we ever made. That's a debate for another day. Harry Maguire, Steve Walsh, Matt Elliott, Wes Morgan, Robert Huth, Larry May, John O'Neill. Discuss the best ever centre halves for Leicester City. We've not got time to debate that now, but that is a great debate. Any other names I've missed out of that? Larry May and John O'Neill. Quality defenders. They'd be up there for me. Scooby Bass saying up Nuneaton Borough FC. Listen, you're distracting me. Where did we sign Leicester Steve Walsh from? Wigan. Who did we sign Steve Claridge from? A lot of you put Portsmouth and a lot of you put Cambridge. We signed Stevie Claridge from Birmingham City. Jimmy Willis, says Andy Young. No. Oh, Graham Cross. That's before my time, Alan White. But yes, you're absolutely right. Graham Cross, I believe, could well be up there in the top 2 for some of them there. Question 3. Where did we sign Paul Gallagher from? In 2009, it was Blackburn Rovers. I'm going to do the finger of scroll for this prize competition. I just let it scroll like this, and then wherever it stops with whoever's got it right, let's see. I'm doing a big scroll. Here we go. It is James Hill. He's a top fan, apparently. James Hill, are you still watching? You've won, James. If you're still watching, you get to pick one of these prizes. You let me know. I'm now going to do, so that's James Hill. Are you watching? You've won. I'm just going to tap a comment on your thing. Here we go. I have to write it. You win. There we go. Else I'll forget who's won. Now I'm going to do the pizzas. Anybody, I'm just going to do another scroll. Anybody who's got the pizza emoji in and it lands on them will win the pizzas. Don't forget, as ever, thanks to these guys. Thanks to Pink. Thanks to Everard's. Thanks to the Fox's Arms, Hologram, ADT, Peter's Pizzas. We support Bodie Hodges. They're our charity, chosen charity, so help them. Ooh, matron. I forgot to tell you as well, anybody who's still watching, I've just arranged a charity football match for 100% LCFC fans. That's you guys out there. You to play the Leicester City Legends. With Muzzy Is It, Walshy, all the players who play for the Leicester City Legends. I've arranged a match. It's going to be on September the 8th. I've arranged it down at Loughborough Dynamo, who you know I'm doing a bit of help with to get them into the Football League. That's the aim. So September the 8th, 100% LCFC team made up of you be playing against Leicester City legends, the legends from the past, the people who used to wear these shirts. That is who. So I think that's a nice one. So it is for charity. So I'll put that on the website over the next day or two and let you know how. Because obviously we can't have a team of hundreds and hundreds of us. We've got to narrow it down to a squad of about 20. So I'm going to play really badly for about 10 minutes, but I'll be up front, trust me, walking. And some of the other content team, we're trying to see if we can get Jamie over from Alcudia, pay his fare back over. Don't know if that'll happen. Chappers will play for about 5 minutes before his knee goes. Tom Hoger will be bossing the midfield around. And some of the others, James, Neil. I'm going to ask, hopefully get Marshy and Sinky to be managers. And it should be a good day. So if any of you do want to play in that match, keep your eyes peeled. It should be really good. Now, I'm going to do my next finger of scroll. Let's just see if James Hill was watching. A few of you saying you'll play. Great. Ben saying he'll play. Ben Wellesley. Kerry Rambridge is saying they'll watch. Andy Young is saying I'll collapse running onto the pitch. Scooby Baz is saying, can you be the bucket man? We can have all sorts. Listen, it can be a team. We're a ramshackle bunch on 100% LCFC. So let me do the pizza scroll. I am just scrolling. This is for tonight's prize. 2 pizzas, because I know you're all desperate to get off to Love Island. Scrolling down. First one with a pizza. It is, don't forget, James Hill won the main prize. It is, do you know what? I keep scrolling back, trying to find, and it's not landing. On somebody with a pizza emoji. There we go. Let's find one. Scroll it. And there's so many of you put pizza emojis in. Here we go. Clive Callow, whose comment was, if you watch Love Island, you deserve relegation. So Clive, I'm going to reply to you. You won pizza. So, James Hill won the prize. James, are you watching? If you are, get your comment in. I've not seen if you have there. James Hill, yes, he's watching. What prize do you want, James? This is just me and you now, James, because it's just sorting out what prize you want. The T-shirt. The scarf. The book. The flag. The DVD. What was the other stuff? What else have we got here? So many bits. You're not having my giant flag. The wallet and pen set. What would you like, James? I can't hold any more of it up. You let us know what you want. James, come on. Steve Hinks is saying it's bullshit. It's not. Steve Hinks is saying, damn it. Will Holloway saying fix. Trust me, Will, you won't win. I told you that. Love Island is called off to a tornado, says Scooby. James Hill, let me know which prize you want, and then we can get that sorted to you. Chappers hopefully is going to go live tomorrow on Wednesday night. You're not having, I tell you, you're not having this giant flag, James. You can pick the other stuff. That is mine. That's not in the prize. That's just there. I'm well up for playing right winger, says Paul Spilling. Great. We're going to do it for charity, so that will be raising money. So you can pay to come in. We're not going to charge a lot because we want as many people to come down and have some fun. We want to get as many people playing as possible, even if you can only manage 10 minutes or 20 minutes. That will be fine because we want to get as many people on there. When is the trophy coming up as a prize? No, never. That's mine. That's the 100% LCFC Premier League 1. I'm still waiting for James to answer what prize he wants, but he doesn't seem to want to answer, so we'll get it in there at some point. Mick's saying don't pick the pen and wallet because he wants to win it next time. And Scooby says he'll be the oranges and bottle boy. Thanks, Scooby. James Hill, well done. He finally got in there with... He wants the pen and wallet set. Mick Paget's going to be annoyed with you, James. There you go. That's what you want. James, inbox me with your address. I'll get that sent out in the post tomorrow. So you'll probably know in the Royal Mail, get it in, especially if Chappers is your postman, you'll get it in about 3 or 4 weeks' time. And somebody did put Chappers has been slacking. Chappers has been busy. He's an international superstar now anyway. So thanks everybody who's been watching. I'm going to say a few, shout out some names, but apologies if I don't get you. Peter Green, Scooby Baz, James Hill, Andy Young, Ridwan, Dave Hinks, Terry Fuller, Jordan Williams, Steve Partridge, all the other guys, Neil Yoxon, Mick Paget, Will Holloway, thank you little Will for watching for once, Mark Gatwood, Neil Wainwright, and all the other people scrolling through trying to get everybody's names. Aggie, thanks Aggie for watching. I'll see you next Monday. I'll try and get there on time. Monday, not Tuesday. Chappers tomorrow night. Jamie from the Foxes on Sunday. What a great one that was to have Marshy over there. He's here, there, he's everywhere, is in Marshall. So thank you. Don't forget, if you want to go and support any of our pals at Pink and at Drink a Pint of Tiger, have a Peter's Pizzas, grab an ADT taxi, yada yada yada. Thanks to all those guys. And we'll see. Andy Medhurst has just joined the show. He says, sorry, just woke up and missed the show. Well, probably, Andy, if you'd watched the show, you'd have just gone to sleep. You go for the fashion show, says him, Chaz. No. Goodbye, all. Please like and share. See you all next week. Well done for James Hill for winning. Well done for whoever won the pizzas. I've already forgotten, but that's why I wrote in the comments. Inbox me, guys, and see you soon. Bye-bye. Discuss.